Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is nothing edited. Nothing edited messed up really bad. I started this recipe that's in this pot and I forgot to push the record button. So what is in this pot right here, when I find everything, I'm really good today, let me tell you. What I did in this pot right here is I put 2.5 pounds of chicken breast that I had cubed up. I seasoned it with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some unsalted poultry seasoning. I browned that in butter, and I let that brown. Then I put in a cup of onions, and small diced onions, and minced celery. Oh, I guess about a half a cup of that. Then I put in a cup and a half of peas and carrots, the frozen type, and I let that cook with I used a 32-ounce can and a carton of store-bought chicken broth. Yeah, I know, that's a curse. Then I added one of the 14.5 ounces. Once the chicken was tender and the celery and onions was all good and tender, I added the peas and carrots, and I added the noodles at the same time. So that part has been done. I'm sorry I didn't turn the camera on. So what I'm adding to this right now, this is going to turn into a chicken casserole. This is a can of cream of mushroom soup. This is a can of cream of chicken. I just like the combination of that better than 2 cans of mushroom or 2 cans of chicken. It kind of evens it out, in my personal opinion. Okay, I'm going to add that, and I do have some of the liquid reserved that I cooked it in the broth, just in case I happen to need it. Let's hope we don't. I'm going to stir that together, like so. Alright. Alright, that's good and stirred in. Next thing I'm going to add is Parmesan cheese. Okay, nothing's working today for this video. That's about 1/3 of a cup. That's enough. Combine that in. Next is a pound, right here, pound of cubed Velveeta cheese. It's the type I use. If you want to use another brand, go for it. Anything you want to put in here. It's like an easy melt. Okay, I don't think I'm going to need any more of the other liquid. Alright. Now see, actually you don't have to let that cheese completely melt. At this point, if I was going to do the full casserole, I would just take this right now and dump it into my casserole dish. However, I want the cheese to melt this time because I'm going to make pre-prep freezer meals out of it. But if I wasn't doing that, I would, like I said, I would pour this into my large casserole dish. I'd cover it in foil just like it is, put it in the oven till the cheese and everything's all gooey and gooey, you know, just like completely melted. About 25 minutes at 350 degrees. Then I'd pull it out, remove the foil, and I would put, I'd sprinkle more Parmesan cheese on top, and I would add some either shredded American cheese to it, to the top, or I would go with the Velveeta again. And that's what I would use. I'd put it back in the oven until the cheese melted and browned on top. That's basically all there is to it. But since I'm going to be making the freezer meals out of this, this is as far as I'm going to go. And you're going to say, well, that's soupy looking. Well, it won't be once, because those noodles are al dente, and it won't be like that when you pull it out of the oven either. The noodles will absorb all of this liquid. Well, not 100% of it. You'll have a little creaminess to it, like, because that's what you're wanting. But basically, that's the end of this part of the video. I am so sorry I just didn't push the record button when I should have. I'm gonna let this sit a little while, and I will put them into the freezer containers, and I'll be back. Okay, I didn't want to torture y'all with filling the bowls up. Everybody pretty much has gotten the gist of that. This one here and this one here is just the casserole. That's it. That's all that's in it. Because sometimes that's all I actually want. Okay, then you have these three here are partial meals, because I have the cauliflower and the chicken casserole in there. Each one of the cauliflower and the chicken casserole has Parmesan cheese put on top. If I can bring these a little closer to you. Alright, that back there in the back has corn and cauliflower. And with the corn, I seasoned it with butter, salt, pepper, onion powder, butter, and sage. And I let that simmer till we got that good, not sage, sweet basil. Off my sweet basil plant out there. Okay. So what'll happen with the ones that have just the one vegetable, like this, and that one back there, I may add another vegetable to it. Say I cook green beans one day, I'll add that to it, and take these out, add green beans to it, excuse me, and add it to it. I may put broccoli in it, whatever vegetables that I cook, and then again I may not add anything else, because truly that is a full meal by itself. But sometimes I like my corn and cauliflower. I like both of them. But that's what I got out of that large pot. Was I got these 6 3-quart containers with just that, and then I got 2 of these like that. So this would make little 9 by 13 pans. That would be enough for one of those pans if you did the recipe as I told you all about, since I didn't videotape it because I didn't push record on it. I am so sorry for that. Okay, now here's the deal. When I take these out, all of these out, I'm going to put them into the microwave, and I'm going to put it on defrost for 22 to 25 minutes. For whatever reason, it takes longer for noodles to thaw out. It does every time. Once it's thawed out, and I know it's thawed out, stir it with a fork or whatever, make sure it's heated all the way through. At that point, I will either put Velveeta cheese over the top of it, little slices of that, or I'll put provolone cheese or mozzarella, whichever one I feel like going with on that particular day. But I do not put the cheese on top when I'm freezing it. Not in these containers, nor in the like the lasagna size foil pans. I won't put the cheese on top of it then either. I mean, I just don't. I do that last. This is nothing edited. I'm sorry for the quality of this video. I really am. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And by all means, please leave comments. And y'all have a great day.